They're missing some key pieces. For more on that, let's go to Ian Toner down on the sideline. Ian.
Thanks so much, Evan. Every team has to deal with adversity over the course of a season, but no one's had the case of the injury bug quite like Phoenix did this season. 6 players, including 3 national team level talents, suffered season-ending injuries, either before or during the season. 4 other players suffered injuries during the season, but were able to come back just in time for these national championships. And it's easy for injury after injury to deflate a team's morale, but head coach Dave Allison told me his team drew inspiration from the new Netflix kids film Vivo to deal with those challenges. There's a Lin-Manuel Miranda lyric in the movie that reads, "All I can do when the road bends is lean into the curve." So despite losing those players, Allison and Phoenix have kept their balance through every one of this season's twists and turns. They've won a regional title, won their pool here at the national championships, and it's time to see how much further the road bends in Phoenix's 2021 campaign.
For more on that, let's go to the sidelines with Ian.
Thank you, Evan. The last time Claudia Tajima stepped on the field in 2019 was winning a national championship with Brute Squad. The first time she stepped on the field in 2021, a pool play game with Schwa yesterday morning against Brute Squad. She said coming into that game, she definitely felt nerves, but after a few points, after a few reps, it just started to feel like any old practice against those old Brute Squad teammates. She scored 1 goal, added 2 assists and a block. Schwa did lose that game 15-10, but Claudia said she's excited to write a new chapter in her storied career with this Schwa team.
Chance to catch a D. That was the time. Zoe Heck got a piece of it. But Desmond wins that battle. Let's check in with Ian.
Evan, before this game, I was talking with Claire Desmond. I asked her what's the most important thing that she personally can control in this matchup. She said responding perfectly to imperfection. And that's exactly what happened on that play. That wasn't a beautiful, perfectly executed huck. It didn't connect on the first opportunity, but she responded, adjusted, and made the second effort catch.
Clairvoyant.
Well, third member of our broadcast team down on the sidelines is Ian Toner. Good morning, Ian.
Good morning, Evan. You're about to see this Rhino D-line take the field in just a moment, and one key piece of that has battled through a ton of adversity this season. David Seelan broke his collarbone on August 4th in the U.S. Open title game, got surgery and a plate in his left collarbone on August 11th. He started running 4 weeks later. He returned to practice in the last month, and he's out here competing for a title. Asked him before this game, has he had any doubt or hesitation about his ability over the course of this tournament? Not a single one entered his mind or came out of his mouth. Excited to see him on the field here with a title on the line.
And he was so good in the semis against Machine yesterday, Ian. Thank you.
Let's go down to the field to Ian Toner.
Thanks, Evan. Here with Stacy Gaskill. Stacy, when Bailey Shigley threw that game-winning throw to Kenny, you collapsed to the turf and just laid on your back. What's going through your mind in that moment?
I think in that moment, I was just very grateful for this team. We've had a lot of adversity this year, and we had players go down this weekend. And so to be able to play that game for them and for every team that's come before this one and every team that'll come in the future, I think it's really cool to see us come together as a team and finally trust this team and get one more chance to play together.
We'll get to that one more chance in just a second. Talking to your coaches before this tournament, they made an interesting comment. They talked about you potentially having a better understanding of your role and honing in on your role, and yet you're still omnipresent on the field and on the stat sheet. I'd be curious to understand how that sits with you and how you view your role on this 2023 Quandary squad.
Yeah, that's a good question. I definitely have been trying to find my role. I was less present this year with my snowboard schedule. It's just how it worked out. And so coming back in, I was trying to figure out where my chemistry was and how to play with Bailey coming back, being able to fill such a huge role. And I've even switched between lines this weekend with personnel changes. But I think what I've learned is I don't always have to be the one. We are so deep, and all of a sudden I can do what I'm best at and everybody else can do what they're best at, and together we are such a force. And so I don't know, I feel like I can do more by doing less, and I'm mostly grateful for my teammates for that.
So what kind of position does that put you in going to a rematch against Pleiades for the national title tomorrow?
I think we're ready. Like, we have put in so much time, and we trust each other. And like, this team is not the team that we had last year. It's different in all the best ways. And I think we're just really excited. Like, a lot of us have felt what it's like to lose that game. None of us want to do that again. And we have a lot of rookies that are so excited to get that chance to change that narrative for us and, make history.
Always an honor to hear an Olympian's perspective. Go get some rest, Stacey.
Thank you so much.
Evan and Katie, back to you.
Welcome to Game Day Live, post-game coverage from 2024 UFA Championship Weekend, where the Minnesota Wind Chill have captured their first championship in franchise history, taking down the Carolina Flyers 17-16. Ian Toner and Evan Lepler, privileged to be joined right now by the nose-bleeding Josh Klain, Brandon Mattis, and Brian Vanuka. Gentlemen, just off the top, I'd love to hear how you're feeling, how you can put your emotions into words at this moment.
I really can't. I'm in shock. I mean, not the kind of shock that I didn't think we could do it, but no one thought we could do it. And we've faced adversity both these games where it felt like the tides were turning and we just responded. And I'm in shock. I got no words. I'm in shock.
Devon, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I think the culmination of all the hard work that we put in all season, it feels like we kind of got all the pieces together. Everything started clicking, and there's a togetherness throughout the locker room both days where everyone was doing it for each other, and you could just feel that energy from the sidelines on the field. Everyone's rushing. What do you need? We got water, we got oxygen, we got snacks, all the above. So it's just the support from everyone else just makes you believe that much more. So.
And I'm hearing you talk about from the beginning of the season, this weekend, Mattis, you're part of the original crew, man. You've got the unique perspective. Just how does this feel?
It's about damn time, huh? Yeah, it feels great. I mean, we're like insane to do what we do out here. People think we're crazy, but this is just validation for all the hours in the gym and on the field and in the captain leadership calls. And it's so validating to be out here. And like, to have everybody think we can't do it and then come out and prove that Central Division is the best defensive division in the league feels really damn good.